the next part of this workshop, because as I had suspected, it leads us very nicely as to how we coordinate all of this great work, how we bring coaching, assistance, teachers, activity, evidence, impact, and above all, the all-important reports that can see you all better supported, because that is one of the key objectives that I feel is required here. I'm going to hand over to Peter Raymond, because you've all engaged with the Community Campus portal in registering for this workshop. And as a result of it, he's going to take you through a live portal. Believe it or not, as I mentioned at the beginning of this workshop, a legacy of Birmingham 2022, where we met the Uganda officials from both government and from sport and youth departments. So Peter, you have the co-hosting facility. I'd like to present to you a community campus in action. Peter. And you're now on mute, but you will not be soon.
I apologize. I'm now not on mute. I apologize. So yes, can you all see the community campus? This is the home page. This is the landing page. Are we all seeing this?
Yes, we can see.
Excellent, excellent. So this is where you'll always start. It's always a good place to start. If we scroll down, we can quickly see what events have been delivered. So today's event is up there, along with an event that's been delivered in London a week on Saturday. And then we have the stream, which will show you all the different activity that's being uploaded. So when you upload your work, it will appear in this stream on the homepage, so other people can see it. Always, as much as possible, ensure that it's public, because if it's not public, not everyone will see it. It'll be just the community or the group. But if you have only stuff that you would like to prefer to keep within the group, then obviously use the group visibilities button that you'll find when you're uploading material. But I won't go too much detail into uploading material. That is for you to sort of learn how to use it as we go. There is always instructions for how to use. These how to use instructions can be found here on the homepage in the middle. So there's plenty of instructions in there for how to use the portal. As we see on this landing page, two of the key areas is find your community campus, so you can always find which community campus you're members of. Within each community campuses are groups, my groups. You can always find the groups that you are being assigned to be members of in my groups and within that movement. So you can always, again, all campuses, it's the same as find your community campus. We're just giving you plenty of spaces to find where you need to go. The campus explained, you can always find further information about the community campus here, and what the model and what it's designed to do, and within the framework that it provides you within your work, and particularly when it comes to mapping, tracking and measuring the impact of your work, the outputs and outcomes. So I'm now going to go back into and work our way through to the Kampala Community Campus, so you can see how it works within the different regions. So we'll go to global, and within the global we have the continents, the world continents, and we'll be developing community campuses within each continent. At the moment we have Europe and we have Africa. So we'll go into the Africa Community Campus because that's the focus for today. And this is the Africa Community Campus. As you can see, at the moment we have Uganda up there, and news and content will appear in this area here below. We will go into the Uganda Community Campus, and we, as a whole, for the whole of Uganda, we are going to be developing a stakeholder partnership, building on the meeting that Jeff had with Uganda officials at the Birmingham 2022 Games. For your work, you're mainly interested in the Kampala Community Campus, as this is where we're uploading. This is the functioning community campus as for now. We will be able to add additional regions for Uganda as we build up the work in Uganda. So if we go into here, this is a standard, it'll be the same for the Youth Charter Community Campus. So those of you who are not in the Kampala Community Campus, it'll be the same within the Youth Charter Community Campus. So as we scroll down, you can always go back to where we were before if you needed to. Here are the 3 main groups. So you have youth-wise activities groups. This is what you've been discussing in your group work breakout groups. What we would like to see there is you uploading your work, the great work that you're doing. In the social coaches group, this session is a social coach leadership program workshop. You will find it in this group here, and we will be uploading post work the videos, images, and the reports will go into this area for this workshop. And then the stakeholder partners group, which we are in the process of developing for Kampala, and hope for you for part of that, and we'll add additional partners as we go. So I'm now going to go into the youth-wise activities group as an example. I'll also go into the social coaches group in a second. First of all, the youth-wise activity group. This is all groups have, you land on the stream, and the stream will have the latest information that's been uploaded. So Peter has uploaded some youth-wise activities that he's done with young people, and some images accompanying that. Okay, so that's the stream. So please, when we give you permission to access this group, please upload as much work as you can, or evidence of the work that you're doing in this area for discussion. Albums is probably the best place to create your a photo album, and where you can allow other people to share their photos of the similar work that you're doing. So the about provides a little bit more information about the group, what it's designed for. So share and discuss your youth-wise activities, and etc., etc. So please take the time to have a look at this and read through it. Also, in the about area, you can always find your way back to the Kampala Community Campus, which we will do in just a second. Again, events. Sorry, do we have a question?
Peter, continue, please.
Okay. Okay, so we can always upload events.
Could you please go to mute if you're not contributing, please? Continue, Peter.
So we have an events area. You can always upload your events. I'm going to show you, this event should be in the social coach leadership area. So we'll go and have a look at that shortly, but you can always create your event. An important part when you do create any events or anything or any topics is the tabs, which will be along here. So you can make sure you've got the right community campus, and you don't need to worry so much about UK country and region, but the country. So you'll put in Uganda in here, or Nigeria, or Ghana as it is appropriate, and the continent. Always make sure you've got the right continent, and then that will appear within the news feeds as well. So again, we'll go on to topics. Topics is a lot more diverse. There is we encourage you to create topics in here, and then you've got the members. So at the minute we've got 13 members in this group. Most of them are Hope for Youth. We'll add a few more. As you can see, Peter has got his profile picture on there. He's also got a bit more information about himself within his own profile. So we encourage you to, within your own profile, which you can find edit your profile in the top right hand corner, where you will have your image. It's your area. You create your own area. You create your own space, and then you can share what you would like to share. The albums, so you can always create your own albums and upload pictures to this area, and we encourage you to do that, and it will always appear in the stream, back in the stream. So if we go back to the Kampala Community Campus, and I will show you, we will have a quick look at the Birmingham Community Campus in a minute, because that's got a lot more uploads already. So it'll give you a bit more of an idea of what can be uploaded. So in the social coaches group, we've got the workshop, today's workshop, that's been uploaded as the main event that's being shared. The Youth Charter will be adding we'll get some screenshots from the videos, and we will and pictures from the video, and one of the first things we will do is create an album, and we'll upload it here, so you'll be able to see, and you'll get a link. You'll get an email notification that it's been uploaded. Click on it, and it will take you to here to the album. And you can also add your own comments about the workshop there when we've uploaded that. We will then, in the topics area, when we've signed everything off, we will create a report, and we will upload the report to this area, so you will be able to find the report. And we will also upload the videos from today's session here, and it'll give you an example of what can be done. If we go back to so again, I'm going to go to About, and I'm going to go back to the Kampala Community Campus. I won't go into stakeholders group to partners group today, because most of you are social coaches delivering Youthwise activities, and these are the two groups that you'll be members of. Your work and events will all appear here. Today's event has passed, so it's gone on here, and your event news will come up here as well. We've discussed within the workshop map, track and measure outputs and outcomes, and they are linked to the Sustainable Development Goals, which Janice mentioned earlier, and Jeff also mentioned in his presentation. So we have a link that will take you directly to the UN's 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, which will allow you to have a better understanding of what they're about. So if I click on it, it will take us out of it'll open a new window, and here are the 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals. We focused on quality education today. That was the focus of this workshop, but there are many others that you can apply to your work as you go, from no poverty, no hunger, good health and well-being, all the way down. I won't go through each one. And also, if you would like to learn some more information about the history of the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, how they have developed, this is where you'll find it. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the portal, and please upload your activities to the outputs and outcomes here. It's a Google form, and it will also appear in the outputs and outcomes here. We encourage you to look around the portal and to see it. We can also generate yourself a Youthwise activity report. So when you upload your information using I'll quickly show you the Google form. You'll be able to upload your information using this Google form, and when you have uploaded it about your activities, it will appear in the outputs here, and it produces tables and graphs that you can use, and we can provide them individually for your activities within a Youthwise activity report. This area here is aggregate data of everything that's been delivered. We have used example data for now, but hopefully we will be looking to use your when you upload your data, it will be added to this, and we'll then have a live portal with your data on for delivery. So if I go back, go back to the Kampala community, the outcomes. So the outcomes will appear here. The outcomes are linked directly to the Sustainable Development Goals, which we just showed you. And when you upload them from the Google form, they will appear in here, and your Youthwise activity title will appear here. The outcomes that we provide opportunity to link your project outcomes to 5 different Sustainable Development Goals. You can choose from all 17. And the ones that you feel are most applicable for the work that you are doing in your project. Then there is an outcomes description where you can describe how you have achieved those outcomes. And this is very important, because it's your work, your talent, you're explaining to other people how you achieve those. Also, when you've uploaded images from your work to the Youthwise groups, you can copy it and paste the link into the form, into the upload form, and it will appear in here, and people will be able to click on it. You will also be able to provide YouTube videos or other video links as well if you have those evidence. It all supports the evidence of the work that you are doing, the great work that you're doing, and can be used by funders or whoever for fundraising or for monitoring, evaluation, and mapping and tracking and measuring. So that is the community campus portal area. I'm just going to go back to the Uganda community campus. One element that we are working on as part of the map tracking and measuring is digital mapping. We have on here, we have a map of Uganda, and we will be looking at developing a map of Kampala. So if you collect postcodes, either of the young people you're working with or where you've delivered your activity, we can, and when you upload it, there's the opportunity to upload a postcode. We can then do postcode analysis to look at where projects and programs have been delivered. And that this is an element that we can work on directly with, say, for Hope for Youth or for other projects around Uganda. So
to the main screen, I'm sure there will be questions, but on the basis of the feedback that each group provided, the challenges, the issues, the good work, the ability to map, provide evidence, a gap filled, bringing agencies together, I'm hoping you will have all received some indication of what the art of the possible is and can be with regards to this community campus portal. We've looked at many of the current white labeled impact tools that are being used and simply wanted something that was holistic, was integrated, but was being driven and taken forward by communities and NGO organizations that were not part of that first world environment. And by that, I mean for communities, with communities, by communities. So as you see, the supporting collaboration and partnership, the youth-wise activities, the social coaches and the stakeholder partners, the ability to map, track and measure outputs and outcomes. The evidence of that is reflected in, we have 17 sustainable development goals, and Peter slightly misrepresented the fact that we have 7 of those 17 goals that reflect the community campus portal. And I had misinformed you that it was Sustainable Development Goal 5 that I heard Peter make reference to, but it is Sustainable Development Goal 4. It really is important that you memorize these goals. These are what provides the model of taking education, good health and well-being, partnerships for the goals, reduced inequalities, peace, justice and strong institutions, sustainable cities and communities, and decent work and economic growth. That is our 3-phased engage, equip and empower, reflected in a one-stop shop platform. I'm going to leave it to you all to ask some questions because there was a lot for you to take in, but I'm hoping on what you all discussed in your breakout rooms, the education challenge, the opportunity of good ideas that you've exchanged, but how they would be best brought together into one collective, collaborative effort of impact is you might see this potential platform serve you going forward. I just want to leave you with the fast track social coach leadership module because you are all social coaches, but we decided we needed to bring the existing movement of those doing this fantastic work into one collective global leadership program where quality assurance, safeguarding, all of the things that we need to be mindful of with the children and young people we're working with is that we would be able now to make serious representations to the big institutions like the World Bank. And this is what they look for, mapping and all the other elements that be required.